I consider myself fortunate because um, when I had gone back in the post-bac program to get my certificate, and I took a classroom management course. Um, Dr. Jones's book was the textbook.
Actually, I've never heard of Fred Jones until, well, our agenda every week that we get at the school has always a little Fred quote on it, and then my mentor brought it to me in like October or November and said, I think you would benefit from this. Are you interested? And it's just been amazing being here. I've learned so much, and I'm such a believer. I want to go back to my team and say, let's look at this. Let's do all this.
I think in the last 3 days, I've learned more than I have, in many of my management classes combined, just because he really gets down to the nitty-gritty, the exactly how to do something. We have these expectations of how we're supposed to present ourselves as a teacher in the classroom, but no one ever tells you exactly how to do it. It's just kind of a generalization, a broad idea. So I really like the fact that you actually stand up and walk through and have to model exactly how you would interact with students, how you would run the procedures. So I think it gives you tools that you can actually use and implement.
Because he breaks it down in such a way that makes it very easy and practical for new teachers to be successful. He has real insight into the minds of children and what makes them tick. And for teachers coming out of school, he's very tuned into the reality of how challenging it is to work with such a diverse group of children in a real classroom. And he has a way of making it very possible for even new teachers to be successful, because he not only breaks down the skills that he thinks they should have to be successful, but gives them an opportunity to practice those skills as well.
It's a lot of time-saving stuff and a lot of self-preservation in the teaching, because teaching can be very stressful. And a lot of teachers burn out quickly. So I think one of the main thrusts of this is to help you relax, to be calm, to use your calmness as a strength. And it really drives home the point that when you're angry, it makes your blood pressure rise, it makes your voice louder, and that makes you a weaker teacher, in effect. So learning of this Fred Jones Conference, to me, is really about teachers preserving their own power and strength so that they have time at the end of the day to be with their families. And I have a young child at home, 4.5-year-old boy, and I really need the energy at the end of the day.
Well, my favorite quote is, calm is strength and upset is weakness. My district, before my first year, before it was the 1st of August, they did trainings, and we watched a short Fred Jones video, and we had to write our favorite quote from that, and that was my favorite, just because I can see that actually having youth in the classroom, I can see middle schoolers trying to get you upset.
That's definitely good to have that training with us, actually using our body language to show that we mean business. It's not something I ever thought of before, so that's good. That was a good thing to have.
He provides a structure for bringing all of the pieces of teaching, because teaching is so complex. It is an art, it is a science, it is hard, and people that aren't teachers, I don't think, understand the complexity that teaching really brings. But he takes it as far as a hierarchy of what you can do in the beginning, that's the cheapest thing to do, the most biggest bang for your buck, by structuring the classroom for success, and then going through the different stages of how do you get kids to not do what you don't want them to do that's inappropriate, and then another step up, how do you get them to do what you want them to do, and then when that doesn't work, what's the other alternative? But he pulls it all together in such a the most thorough way of looking at the whole system, not just one lesson. And the instructional piece, which is my forte, it just, everything that we teach, it just makes it simple and doable for a teacher.
Nobody ever really tells you how to do that, so you just kind of have to figure it out, but this has really helped me figure it out and how to do it. And I really like the management he uses, the styles of everything, the body language, all of that I can see working. I'm so looking forward to dealing with some back talk on Tuesday. I'm ready for it.